Jai Jagannath. Very much thankful to Bhar India for inviting me and rolling me back to technology world, from the political world to this technological environment. Because last 6 months I was exhausted with all grassroots level, ground level political activities. After entering into parliament, couple of events were there. Thanks to Dr. Deepak Sahu, my friend, and also from AIMS. So all the dignitaries, all the intellectuals, technocrats in front of me, we have very august gathering, and this event, as just reading, emerging technology shaping India's future. So this is a very beautiful topic. When it was asked me, I told this definitely I will join because this is very excellent topic. And Dr. Deepak also I told like this. Emerging technology shaping India's future. India is born with technology. The great India, the Bharat was born with technology. Still we are jumping to next generation technologies. If you think about the path, someone say it is history, someone say it is mythology or something, etc., etc. You have started from Dasavatara. I think no technology of this universe, of the world now, has replaced Dasavatara. Though we are in the peak of technology, we are jumping to the next generation technology. Nobody has replaced that area. Even if you are Navagunjar, if you have heard about Navagunjar, that is the peak of biotechnology. Different animals are clubbed together. We have achieved something in technology. The Pushpak Jan of Ravan, we have replaced with aeroplane. Even if Yudhishthira was using horse, that is, you can replace with the bullet train, you can say. Similarly, if you think of Ramayana, there is a sadhu called Shangprabha. Shangprabha has teleported the Hanuman team to the bank of Kanyakumari because they were yet to reach Ravan. So the bank of Kanyakumari has teleported. That type of technology was there. When I was 4-5 years back, I was gone to deliver a talk on artificial intelligence in Goa. One CDAC has organized one conference. Virtual reality, the VR headphone they have given and they have shown me, and I could able to see Mount Everest through virtual reality headphone. So sitting at Goa, standing in Goa, that feeling I had as if I was in Mount Everest. But I asked one question to the technocrats there, what about 6,000 years back when Shangprabha has done it, what is the solution, what is the technology? That time technology was there, no analysis, no paper presentation, no feedback, nothing was there, but that is indigenous with centralized with individuals. But now it is open to all, open market, open technology, everything is there. So if you think on that, our forefathers have written Vedas, Vedantas, Upanishads, Ramayana, Mahabharata, all these things they have produced. Without, there is no electricity, there is no mobile phone, there is no computer, there is no internet, there is no email. Still that existed that period, that technology was there. We have migrated to that. If you, in education sector or on other technology sectors, I have digitized all the pothis, palm leaf manuscript of Odisha State Museum. They are Veda, Upanishads, temple construction, all valuable things are there in palm leaf and bamboo leaf manuscripts. Researchers across the globe, Oxford University, Cambridge University, Buddhist University, Sri Lanka, all have come to do research on this. They demanded that you should be available in the cloud, digital you should be available because lots of things they have to do. So the thing is that lot of our resources, knowledge bases are there existing. We are yet to achieve in modern digital age, in artificial intelligence age, or whatever you say, this technology age, so that if you do more and more research on this, we can jump into this next generation computing, or you can say emerging technology shaping India's future. Our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, who is now called as Vishwaguru, has taken after this election that by 2029 we will to build India to new India. Build India to new India, where the Z generation will take a pivotal role. Those youngsters, youths, those who are called Z generation, they will be the pillars of India to making India to new India or Bharat, digitized Bharat, where each and every artificial intelligence will take a major role, cyber security take a major role, and all other technologies will merge into a very seamless, in a virtual environment. We will just migrate from digital world to some other cyber world, you can say. Whatever thing we are talking, palm leaf manuscript, when they are Ramayana, Mahabharata were written, that time it was vocal. Veda and all this is vocal. After that it was written in palm leaf manuscript or other manuscript. Then we have migrated to paper manuscript. Then other things has migrated, typewriter, computer, electronic devices. Everything is there. But what about next generation? The present generation, I say, someone says sky is the limit. Sky is the beginning now with the emergence of artificial intelligence. So now, sky is the beginning, and we will go in which level, we don't know where the end, but certainly we are going to a certain other level. So artificial intelligence, we can say, whatever projects we have done it. I have done hundreds of projects in Odisha government and national level also. 42 hours I have also given. Archival documents, Chief Minister Grievance Cell, then skill development, then your labor management, then so many other things, state portal, all standardization of district portal, all these projects I have done it in Odisha and across the many national projects are there. But the thing is that now, for the technocrats, both government and private sector, this is again we are in ground zero stage. We are just like sine wave, means we are, everything is now AI driven. Earlier there was standalone machines, we have done it, grievance automation, everything. Then when web-based system has come up, we have come to again ground zero, then we went to web-based systems. Then after web-based system, the cloud, everything has come up. Again we have come to the sine wave, just like ground zero stage. We have to take, everything is AI tag is driven, everything is artificial intelligence driven, and also the modern cyber security solutions. Without cyber security solution, you cannot dream anything. So various things that, various branches of artificial intelligence, which was taught earlier, now it is coming to reality. Just like your speech recognition, natural language processing, OCR, optical character recognition, image processing, computer vision, face detection, lane departure, augmented reality, medical imaging, remote sensing, export system, perception problem, search, neural network, inference, machine learning, deep learning, pattern recognition, data mining, robotics, then virtual reality, and so many things those who are taught. That is a theoretical thing, now it is coming to the practical reality. So lots of things, lots of tasks is in front of the technocrats like you. Those who have to work to lead India to the next generation India, the techno-driven Bharat, so that we can do a new Bharat, new India with our Z generations. We can have that concept. You have to work lots of things on this. And biggest challenge is your cyber security. Your deep fake security is a major concern. Just like physical security for everything, your cyber security also is required for each and every application, anything you do it in a cyber world or in a virtual world. So these are things, optical character resonance, whatever see, or computer vision. You see, speech recognition is another area. Now, one of the collector in Odisha, he has gone to visit to a remote rural places. So asked one old man, he was non-Odia IS officer. She asked in some Hindi, but he replied in Odia, "What is your age?" So he replied in Odia, "You are a collector, you don't know my age." And when I am telling in Odia, you should understand Odia. This is the question. This is a very small thing, but this is a very big thing. Now, solution is the artificial intelligence. Speech, natural language processing. So it is multiple across the globe. Entire India, Bharat is here. So if I speak in English, Karnataka should hear in Karnataki language. Tamil should hear in Tamil language. Odia should hear in Odia language. Have you achieved this? You are yet to achieve it. It is their technology, but implementation level, much more fine-tuning and more techno-different is there. So that is natural language processing, because one cannot dream in other language. If I have to write a poem, I have to dream, I have to think in my local language, my mother language, that is Odia. So Telugu man cannot dream in Odia, cannot dream in Hindi. So you have to, he or she has to dream in her or his or her mother language. So that is the most vital thing. I think 30% your talent is reduced if you don't opt for the local language. So that is artificial intelligence a pivotal role, very major role in creating this area. Image processing, everywhere image processing has taken. Where you go, face detection, your iris, other things. Everything, image processing is another. Even in the medical science, already a beautiful talk might have been given in AIMS. So medical science, image processing plays a vital role. So you have done lots of things in image processing. Then, artificial intelligence plays a major role in medical science also, because medical science has improved a lot, tremendously it has improved. I'm a doctor here, I'm a patient in Bhubaneswar. So if I move to Jammu Kashmir, or I move to Delhi or Bombay or Bangalore, that same patient database, same patient verification should digitally flow. Not that we should take or carry, and again you have to make test there. You have to, if your doctor is changed, all the test, everything is outdated. So everything is changed. So that pattern, you have to take it that now we are in that age that digitally it should flow. E-hospital concept is there, entire workflow of a patient, starting from your appointment with the doctor, with all the medicine supply, testing, and getting diagnosis. Everything is now artificial intelligence will take a major role to take into further heights. And for referring others, remote surgery also, from a rural hospital, that surgery can be done in some cases with the help of artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and other things from the remote specialized doctor. So even if that same thing is education, there is no monopoly of education institution now. Across the globe, education means a person. Education is an expert in physics, expert in computer science, expert in mathematics, or anybody. So it is not limited to horizontal to particular institution. It is vertical. I am a physics specialist. Whatever I teach, virtually it is available across the globe. Those who are other places of the globe, they can learn. Even if engineering colleges are there in remote places, but when they teach them, they go to college, attend them. But you see, during their leisure time, they generally attend the virtual classrooms of IITs. So who is expert in that area? So that they used to take the classes. So it has become, across the globe, it has become horizontal. From vertical to, it has transformed to horizontal thing. So thing has come to like this. So artificial intelligence has made our life easier. Our next generation, the Z generation, which they will just be, our paper document, everything will be outdated, and they will drive mostly on this digital world, and especially their thinking process also is reducing. Everything, each and everything, they are depending upon the technology. Similarly, expert system I was talking, perception problem is that search is another area. Robotics. In robotics, it makes a very search and other things as takes place. And machine learning is a buzzword now, the deep learning and machine learning. Each and every project, machine learning takes a very subject. Even this is just replacing the teachers. Just like a Google search was just partially replacing, but the chat GPT and other things and your machine learning, if you can, techno-driven teachers are created, they can teach and they can replace the teachers. And students are also accustomed with this type of virtual environment. So this is the thing, the data mining, robotics. Sophia, you know, Sophia is the first United Nations recognized robot. Sophia is the first United Nations has recognized Sophia, a robot, as the first citizen. It has recognized. So that the next generation will definitely find thousands of robots creating all this and taking citizens. But think the major challenge is what you say, cyber security and your deep fake. Deep fake is another which biases the AI-driven any activities. So most of the things, these are there in our mythology. These are also here in our technology. So that is to be taken into. Technocrats has to take care of the deep fake factor. And future is your brain computing, quantum computing, quantum physics, quantum computers are going to replace the present day computers. So that is a big challenge for the future, how to keep for technocrats like us. So we have to take the help also. If you think of Einstein has created contributed theory of relativity. Before that, he has studied 3 months about our Vedanta in Shantiniketan. Schrodinger also studied 3 months in Shantiniketan about Vedanta. So thing is that when we are jumping to the quantum computers, so we should work on this, how to jump into this and technologically. And next generation is that any e-governance, transport, hospitals, all these things are taken into consideration. And I'm going to conclude that emotional intelligence is at last. So, solution just like your nuclear medicine. Suppose you have produced a medicine, so that is working on a group of diseases. But in nuclear medicine is pinpoint. I have fever, means there is a medicine of fever. I have some other disease, one pinpoint medicines are there for all the diseases. Similarly, emotional intelligence is pinpoint answer for decision support. Suppose chief secretary of a state is taking a meeting. All the secretaries are attending the meeting. You don't know what is the emotion of the chief secretary. What is the mental condition? What is going to speak? Nobody knows. You do good thing, but you will be scolded by the chief secretary. You do bad thing, you may be praised. So that is emotional intelligence plays a vital role, and trapping the emotion of a student. The student is a student. So whether he will be a teacher, whether he will be a poet, whether he will be sports person, singer, that things, the intelligence should be trapped by the technology, so that next generation we can build, just like in drip irrigation or nuclear medicine. Similarly, each and every individual student can be groomed according to his or her talent, not in a generic way. Higher order thinking skill plays a major role in school and other education. So you have to think of this. So next generation, the emerging technology we are talking in shaping India means it is a personalized building India, taking the Z generation or new generation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for inviting me this August gathering. Thank you, Bhar India.